Welcome to Estero Today, produced by Engage Estero. I'm your host, Mike Wasson. Last week, I introduced you to the Greater Estero Community Report, also known as the GECR, which was published in early September on our website. This quarterly report gives a thorough update on the urbanization of Greater Estero. Growth rates remain high, especially in East Corkscrew and within the village. The village of Estero population is projected to grow by over 8,000 within the next 2 to 3 years, whereas East Corkscrew is expected to reach approximately 60,000 residents within a decade. The GECR's report introduction covers all of these trends, and you may recall that I talked about the need for positive and reasonable growth, which can make a community more desirable and increase the quality of life for residents. If a city fails to evolve and offer good services, good infrastructure, and a good quality of life, then people and companies may leave or they may choose not to settle in that community. The result is economic stagnation or even decline, with the resulting drop in home values. People will be less inclined to make Estero their home. But yes, Estero is growing, and some would argue that we are growing too fast. Well, how is Estero growing and what is changing? The 61-page Greater Estero Community Report provides those answers. I've read the complete report written by Engage Estero's president, Alan Bowditch. Massive amounts of information and details. Fortunately, it's indexed very well, and as I pointed out last week, it's really a wonderful reference document of where we stand in mid-September 2025. If you are interested in a particular area subject, it's easy to find that subject. Last week, I covered the recreational development plan for the Estero Village Hub, and that can be found on page 26. This week, I'd like to pick another area, the development on Broadway and US 41. Land clearing was completed in May of 2025 on the approved residential development of 34 acres, which sits east of US 41 in Estero and north of Broadway Avenue. And the parcel is on both the east and west sides of the railroad tracks. The developer, Florida Star, is building 3 multi-story buildings with 100 units each and 10 townhomes for a total of 310 units. Several years ago, Lee County approved 200,000 square feet for non-residential use and a 125-room hotel. The developer plans to use 30,000 square feet of non-residential land use entitlement in a later phase after the residential portion is developed. 2 of the residential buildings will be mixed use, with 5,000 square feet of non-residential use on the ground level. The 3rd building will include community amenities, a public pocket park, 2 pickleball courts, a pool area, and a public passive park on Broadway Avenue. Now, although all these amenities have not been confirmed at this time, but they're in the plan. Also, to avoid confusion for residents, the development will no longer be called Downtown Estero. Now, the new name has not been finalized, but the Downtown Estero is out. The company has now begun the installation of infrastructure on the site. You can see these details on a map on pages 20 and 21 of the Greater Estero Community Report, GECR. That report is on our website at www.esterotoday.com. Also, on Friday, September 26th, At our community and membership meeting, we will update developments currently in process. Now, this meeting is held at the Estero Park and Recreation Center at 9200 Corkscrew Palms Boulevard here in Estero. It starts at 10 a.m. and runs till 11:30 a.m., but seating is limited. It's free, but we encourage you to RSVP at our website, again, www.esterotoday.com. Now, I realize many of us in our community really are interested and would like to know and understand better, where is Estero heading? What is likely to be the future for Estero in the next 15 to 20 years? Well, Engage Estero is pleased to inform you that an authoritative panel has agreed to respond to these essential questions at a public forum produced by Engage Estero at the FGCU Cohen Ballroom on March 17th of 2026. That's this coming March at 5 p.m. Please make a note of the date on your calendar, as it is sure to be very well attended. You can register for that meeting later this year on our website. Who's on the esteemed panel? Well, let me share those members that we have planned. Steve Sarkozy, Estero's village manager. Dr. Asigal Timmer, FGCU's president. Chris Simonu, Lee Health's chief development, marketing, and communications officer. Either Jeff or David Hoffman of the Hoffman family of companies plans to be on the panel. So don't miss this meeting. It'll be a great opportunity to talk about and understand better what these leaders of our community think the future is for Estero. Well, thanks for joining us this week at Estero Today. We hope you have found the information interesting and helpful. If so, please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the bell icon. And we encourage you to share this podcast with your friends. Comment me below or email us with your ideas for future podcasts. Our email address is info@esterotoday.com. That's info, I-N-F-O, at esterotoday.com. Produced by Engage Estero, this is your host, Mike Wasson, wishing you a good week and hoping you can join us next week for more news on Estero Today.